Right, bringing you back to the round table on this amazing episode is your Limpopo Queen Desiree K. Hoshira D. Dropping you the location pin. Maximum styles, darling. I am hardly alone, and today is very exciting because I get to be in the sandwich, right? I normally am on the other side of it, and I am welcoming my one and only king, Pepsin Mkhanyakude.
Yeah.
Today he's polyandering along.
No.
He's not.
I am still me. I'm still the king. I'm still the only king around this table.
Okay, he refused, declined.
I'm
signed and laminated. Yeah. But then we're going to have to accompany the show by bringing a nice guest who is a veteran in the hip-hop industry. He actually was a nominee of South African Hip-Hop Awards and a writer, a performer, and also a manager of, what is this company? Pepsin, do you remember?
I want him to say it.
Okay, that's fine.
He's gonna say it. Like, I don't like telling people stories, because I've got this thing of people always tell their stories much better than anyone. It takes me back to how black people's stories were not documented because they were not telling their own stories.
Okay.
Their stories were always being told by other people. That is why there's not real documentation of black people's stories, because we never used to tell our stories ourselves.
Knowing this legend very well, I'd like for you to bring him on to the table.
Listen, this is very easy because a legend like this, a veteran like this from Kimberly, from my hood, for me it's very easy to call him onto the table.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say, Biggle Dimera!
Hello there.
Biggle Dimera.
Hello there.
Otherwise known as Neba.
That's on my ID.
That's on my ID.
Dube.
Yeah, no, you must say, man,
Dube, yeah. I'm not actually feeling. Can you feed me on?
What? Hanet and Jimmy out. Jim would not anhan.
ML, we good, right?
Yeah, you would not anhan. Muni worry. How's Warju?
My name is Dube.
Yeah. Who come just was camera galina la Romana? Who come all scammer galina? Oscar go because how it's going to
Very good question. Probably I don't want to mention the Dube part.
Who come?
Because the Dube part, yan to Kukhanya tat.
Liboma.
Libatuba industry.
Who come?
They think I'm part of. I'm probably Lydian Dube.
Or Desmond Dube.
Well, Desmond Dube is my uncle. He's actually my uncle.
Okay.
Nah,
Yeah.
it starts there.
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah.
And then I grew up, coming up, I was always asked, are you, this is before Desmond Dube,
Yeah.
made it. I was always being asked, are you Lucky Dube's son? All of my life. Always been, to all of the schools I went to, and especially...
But why would they ask you that? Why would they ask you if you are Lucky Dube's child?
Because Lucky Dube was the most popular person.
Okay.
So, every time I went, wherever I went to, I was always being asked, are you Lucky Dube's son? Especially by white people.
Oh, I understand. Not because you look like Dube.
No.
Just because of the surname.
I don't look like him, but the surname always.
That's what I was wondering. Because Dube is one of the most famous surnames.
The Dubes are
it's like Ndlovu. It's
yes. The Dubes are like the Jacksons. Because I'm not saying this out of arrogance or something. The Dubes are always like the Jacksons in America.
Why?
Because
Yeah, muni kombreki man. Muni kombreki. Muni kombreki. Muni kombreki.
I can say Lucy.
Dube is not a surname like any other surnames, you know. Yes, but it is well respected.
And that's how I look at it.
Yes.
But to the ordinary eye.
Do you know Bobo Kekana, how big the surname Kekana is?
Reza.
Yeah.
Reza. I'm Hagibuka Bokekan Gibuakana.
Yeah.
Both Dubine. They were Dubes from actually I learned this later on in my life. They were Dubes from, I think they were from Rustenburg. These Dubes used to own like a fleet of buses.
Okay.
Né?
Yeah.
And they were so well known. Even my own church né, hired Botubeba. Né? And I thought we were actually relatives.
Oh, Nemara no check iso. As na. Kabona gore batla go na go ba Dube the surname mo go dimo go ita di surname tse dingwe. Mara nga.
But Botubeba ba dope. Which
Mara the way I tlhalosang ka teng e ka re Dube ke surname ya mabana. If never owner di base like it means it's just yesterday, you know. It's yesterday's.
I'm trying to tell you, I'm trying to explain.
It's a famous surname.
It's a very famous.
Yes, that one I take.
That's why I gave you an explanation. It's okay.
Marota re lutlaganya le batsadi ba gago and le badimo ba gago le modimo wa gago, because now we are going to end up arguing about the surname elong hore we should be respecting, you know, because it's not your surname and it's not my surname to be playing around with, you know. You don't own the surname. You are part of the surname. So I don't want us to start politicizing, you know, surname and then to, you know, only to find ourselves in problems. Because bo like Dube, Lebo Lillian, Dube, Lebo Desmond, Dube, Lebo Mangmang, Dube, you know, yeah, I was going to tell us at the long come on this.
Now I'm sitting here witnessing a childhood. A childhood of Kimberly. That is what I'm doing right now.
Yeah.
Hey, these guys used to apparently play together. So when they were growing up, and now they want to conclude their solution before growth, before beards, and all of that. So anyway, we are here with you, and we are really appreciating your time. I'm excited to learn more about your musical journey. It seems that you've been in the industry for quite a long time. When did you start your journey?
Yo, do you know, it's difficult for me to even say when did I start, because it's been so long that I actually forgot when I started. But one of my earliest memories is seeing POC, Prophets of the City. This is a group that came from Cape Town. It was a hip hop group. No? And I did not know them from a bar of soap. Right? But these guys were huge at the time.
Yeah.
And they came to Kimberly through the voting thing. They were doing a voting campaign. Uguti, how do you vote? How do you go to the ballot paper and all of that?
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
So these guys and then I was booked, right? I was booked for this thing. I was already doing my thing. I was already in the space. As a kid, like I was always in Kimberly. I was always compared to Criss Cross. Do you know the group Criss Cross?
I think
Criss Cross were two kids. Criss Cross. You can Google them then. Where's the fact check?
So. In actual fact, you were in the music industry. You started in the
as a child
in the 90s.
Yes.
Yeah. So
if I was in Joburg, I was going to be called a child star. If I was in Joburg,
okay. So
I was going to be called like Nkabeke Wela Mokobo Bochup Chup.
Yeah.
Nkabeke Wela Mo Sighting Ewa, because I started as a child.
Yeah.
I was a kid. Kid, like I was about 13 years when I started rapping.
Yeah.
So when I was rapping, it worked for me, because even if I was going to be rapping and nonsense, but just being a kid, I would get away with it. You understand? So I fall into the I fall into the group A abo Jub Jub.
Okay.
Ne?
Okay.
As child stars. It's just that I was not a star because I was not in Joburg. I was based in Kimberly.
No, but you were a Kimberly star.
But you were a star. What,
Yeah.
what do you mean if you were in Joburg or?
I'm saying this based on.
You
the
started when
standards
you were
that
13?
Joburg. I'm
No.
saying this based on the standards at Joburg.
So, by the way,
Mo
Joburg,
Juza kere, for you to be labeled a child star, you must be probably on SABC or something. But no go sena SABC. Ibile before wa bona no go na le SABC ko Northern Cape. Ibile a khona ha o pagola ga taxi ring, a pele ga taxi ring go na no SABC today. There was no SABC at that time.
Yeah.
okay, Mebra, you started in the 90s and you started when you were 13 years old. That makes you a child star. You were a star. And that cannot be taken away from you. You were a child star and you are still a star because you are still shining.
Thank you, my
Right?
friend.
So what we want to know, Desiree doesn't know you that well. And that for me tells me that you are indeed like a veteran because you started doing your thing a long time ago. And for some reason, there was a gap of silence, from your side. It looked like you were out of the game or you were just behind the scene. What were you doing from the time you released your first... Konde, when was it when you released your first project? I remember the cassette that had your name on when I still didn't have a cassette, when it was like, wow, to have a cassette. You had your own project on a cassette. When was that?
So I met these guys. They were called Boys Next Door, BND, Boys Next Door. Ne?
Yeah.
These guys, they came from this is 1994. These guys came from Tanzania. This is Gerald.
Yeah.
Ne? That's why I tell a lot of people. I'm sure you know him. You know
Yeah,
Gerald.
Gamwiti Gerald. Yeah.
Boogie G.
Yeah.
Boogie G.
Met die groot kop.
Yes. Het jy groot kop?
Hij vond die groot kop.
Sorry, G. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. I don't know.
That's
about
me
the
out
football
here.
thing.
That's me out here. Ken no, yeah, Nes.
So Gerald comes from Tanzania.
Yeah.
Ne? He comes from Tanzania, and we meet each other because through music. In fact, we did not even meet each other through music. We met each other just by looking at each other. He looked hip hop. I looked hip hop.
Yeah.
He was like, dude, what are you doing? Because back then, we used to, we did not look like anybody else.
You know what I like this? Veterans and legends, they like reminiscing and telling their old stories. And I feel like when they get a platform to tell their stories, you will listen to them the whole day. And this is what I'm seeing from him. Like he's got so like
Don't have the whole day.
He's congested. Like he wants to tell the stories and mentioning each and every one. And as he's explaining, he remembers something else and he wants to bring it in. So I want to let you know that you must be careful that we might be sitting here the whole day and still so told to so
Chairperson. Chairperson, Gerald came from Tanzania. We looked at each other. We could Sheba hip hop back then.
Yeah.
It was not even a handful. It was less than a handful. No, you could see somebody who's hip hop. It was very like you could identify a hip hop person. The baggy jeans, you understand? So I could see these guys. These guys, when I talk to this guy, he says to me, I'm from Tanzania. My dad was in exile, but became back because in 1994.
Yeah.
I think they came between 1994.
Yeah, man, no proud me, bro. That cassette, cassette, Gerald.
The cassette we actually recorded. Remember back then, there were no studios. these things that we are
Yeah.
there are guys here with cameras. There was this thing, it was the white man's thing.
Known fact.
It was a white man's thing.
Cassette.
The cassette thing I recorded at what is this place called? SABC. It was called SABC. Basically, I recorded at SABC. Ne? It was not called SABC. The recording studio.
Okay. So after releasing it, and then you disappeared, and what made you disappear?
I released this thing. It sold. At least for me.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm still at school.
Yeah.
My cassette is selling. It's
Yeah.
a cassette selling, and I realized I need to sort out my schoolwork.
Yeah.
At least I've proven a point to my parents.
Yeah.
Back then, it was about it was not even about music. It wasn't about making sales or stuff. It was about me proving to my parents.
Your parents, yeah.
Understand? If you should ask me about where I come from, you'll understand why I had to prove to my parents.
Yeah. Want to talk about it?
Yes, we'll do. As long as you have time for me.
Unfortunately, my producer is looking at us like, yo, time.
Yes. So.
Okay.
So I record this cassette by a white man, right? At R&B Studios at SABC. Record this cassette. We are dope. I'm setting this cassette. It works. But then I go back and I realize I still have got parents to satisfy. I have to go to school. I have to be a child. A child,
Yeah.
I have to be a kid and all of that, and that's why I
Kind of disconnected and take a back seat.
disconnected from the whole scene. You understand?
Yeah.
And then
But I remember, hey, you were one of the big deals, Kimberly. When we were still growing up. When the time Rona re santene re dira Pov Manager beauty contest, we were looking up to you because we wanted to be on the stages that you were going on, and representing hip hop. But we were doing it in the streets, and you were like, he was almost like the commercial type of artist that we were trying to get to. You understand?
Yeah.
So how was that? How does it make you feel? Or you were once on that level?
look, man. For one,
just get closer to the mic. Yeah.
okay. For one, I'm still that artist. I'm still there. In Kimberly, still the shit. I'm still the shit. It's like that. Not because I'm better than the next artist. It's only because I can read what's going on right now. Not only in the Northern Cape, but even nationally. I can read what's going on. I know what the industry needs. I fit to the industry. I'm that kind of artist. That's why there's a lot of guys, they would say, let's battle. They want to test me.
Are you a battle kid?
Not really. I'm a businessman.
Okay.
I'm here to make money. I've got 2 kids to feed. Don't have time to battle, and then what? Every move I make musically.
You hip hop cares like you like battle.
Every move I make musically, personally. Every move I make, it has to make money sense. There has to be some money into it. If I'm going to battle, I don't mind. If you battle for money, fine, we can battle.
So you are a battle kid.
It depends what you want from me, and if there's money into it.
Okay.
Talking
I'm
about this-
I'm an actual business person.
Yeah.
I'm actually a business. I only learned this later, more life in Yaka. Actually, I'm a business person. Shouldn't be doing this battle things. I used to be doing battle things. I used to battle go RC Elliott Hall, where everything, the hip hop scene, not even the hip hop scene, the entertainment scene, Kimberly, was based on RC. RC was exactly what Stylez was. Stylez go more deep kloof.
I remember,
Ne?
yeah.
In fact, Stylez, I was living in Orlando East. I stayed in Orlando East for 10 years. I lived in Orlando East.
He moved from Kimberly, is now in Orlando.
I'm saying I lived in Orlando East for like 10 years.
10 years.
Ne? So when I would go there, but they would not understand my kind of rap. But they would accept that they are beaten. This includes the late, the rest in peace, Ulinda Mkhize. Pro-Kid. Nah? He came to me and was like, dude, I don't know what you was. There's some lines I don't get. Nah? But
do you know what? The more you talk, I get curious. I actually want to ask you to give us just one verse. One of your favorite verses that you've ever written. Just freestyle it now.
I wouldn't do it.
Why
do you
not?
know why?
Why?
Do you know why? I look at myself. Nah. Like, I don't have to prove myself. My work is out there. You can even go to SABC and ask them for
yeah, but I understand and I respect that.
But my point is, I'm not the kind of that. The reason why I don't even do interviews. This is the first interview, first podcast I've ever done. Because I'm not here to prove myself.
Yeah, but I mean, just for our viewers, you're not gonna do it.
Look at my work.
Yeah, but the viewers
Google
don't.
me.
Like for me, it's the first time I learn about you, right? I'm going to sit and Google you later. But someone who's passing by and looking at our show, all you've been talking about from the beginning is how good you are. And I am not saying prove yourself. I'm saying let us hear it.
No, I'm not. I never
played for us.
I never said I'm good. I was just telling my story. Secondly,
maybe I misunderstood something.
I'm archived. I'm recorded. There's Boma's Shell Road to Fame. You can go and check me out. Google me at any time.
Listen.
Let me say this, my brother. There are levels in hip hop. There are levels even in hip. Not. Let me speak for hip hop. There are levels. It's like you telling Umandla Speaker, to play something in an interview.
But he doesn't.
Or sing something.
Okay, sorry. I need you to understand.
My point is, remember, Unlike all of these people,
Yeah.
Okay, unlike all of these artists, I'm the one who I was part of. I'm not the one. I was part of the people who created the foundation for hip hop.
I see. Okay, that's fine, but I need you to understand.
Now listen, my sister. I'm trying to answer you why I would not rap or do a verse for you.
Yeah.
For me, for when you tell me, Uguti, I must do a verse. It's only logical for any artist to say I'm not do something for us. You understand? But you must understand where I come from.
Yes, I get it.
To me, it feels like I'm being tested. You understand?
Okay.
And being tested, and being tested in hip hop.
I have to cut you. Sorry, I understand. The answer is clear. You're too big for a verse on a show. You're too big for a verse on a show. That's an answer. But we're still working on time. We've got plenty of questions, and we want to know where your music is today. So it's unfortunate we can't get a verse from you. You must Google him. He's got all types of content out there, and I'll do the same as well. For now, let's move forward.
Kimberly is known to be one of those rough places back then. Even now, at least Wanya Tsotsi that are helping out. Monitoring the situations, the knives stabbing and the gangsterism. Go Kimberly. What do you do when are you part of the people by they are fighting the crime and how do you work with young people?
Okay. So do you remember when do you remember that outbreak? Yeah, violence, Koko Durban. I think when Zuma went to jail, President, the former president, Zuma, when he went to jail, do you remember there were must die hooters, and then Go Kimberly. We decided it looting Durban, even I think some parts of Joburg, also experienced that. And then Rona go Kimberly, and then we expected Wanya Tsotsi the whole city. And then in fact, a lot of people were very surprised. I volunteered.
To do what?
To stay with them. We looked after our city. I was part of it. Again, Google me. Check my Facebook page. Those pictures are still there. When we were looking after our city, Kimberly, our base was at Pick n Pay. Wawana Pick n Pay Momokasi. Pick n Pay Emokasi. We were stationed there. And then we just change shifts. You understand?
Okay, so you are part of the people that are helping out Wanya Tsotsi.
I'm part of Wanya Tsotsi.
Okay, and how is it going on? Because people, when I go home, people are still, I still hear stories of people being robbed. People by the hospital di atlala raso. Vat Magis was a rep, was a veteran Yago Kimberly. I know what talent buy go Kimberly, like young people that are also wanting to be, that are actually rapping, that want to be more the industry. Are you doing anything to help out, like involvement as a veteran?
This Sunday, I was in Paris. Just this Sunday. This Sunday, I was in Paris. And I realized I did not know there are black people in Paris. I did not know that part. Fine. The only black people I see in Paris is the models. I don't know if you understand me. The only black people, go Paris.
Kimberly Mkhanyakude, ons is in Kimberly. Ons is in Kimberly. Laat ons van Kimberly praat.
Yeah, I'm starting something.
Yeah, the date. And listen, never. We are not here we are not cross-questioning you. We just want to hear know a story.
Please do cross-question
me. He sounds like he's defensive, and like he comes to defend himself. We are here to talk to you, not to.
He said he never does interviews, and this is an exception.
Yeah.
And this being an exception, I wonder what are the rules and conditions of you doing this interview as an exception.
Why? What are
the rules and conditions that you have? Because you don't always do interviews, and this is an exception, and one of the rare people who can actually have you on a show.
This is not look. I'm doing like this is my brother. Pepsin, I came up with this guy. We didn't have anything. You see, I'm talking about Paris for today.
Yeah.
Probably there would not be Paris in my life if it wasn't for people like that.
Yes. Why did you travel to Paris? Let's talk about Paris.
I was booked to do a show there.
Okay. How did that go?
You were booked in Paris, my nigga. You were booked in Paris.
Come to. Yeah, nyoko ke nyoko. Abare buka ka 15,000 rand ne. Mo South Africa. Ne? Still ko Paris is still 15,000 rand. It looks very big.
Okay.
You understand?
So, performile go Paris. Did you perform?
Any
How
media
was
tour?
it?
I did like 2 songs. I'm like, but it wasn't about the performance. It was more about fashion. I think the lady who called me, and actually I thought, no man, they said we've looked on social media, ne? Like a very someone ochuang from the ground roots, ne? Rona, as I'm calling, the lady said to me, I've done a research on you. You look so cute. Your style. And ki cute shem, ki montle. Ina ke montle shem. You are
Okay,
like ke montle.
No, I found you.
My cute guy.
Unfortunately, I wouldn't agree with that. I don't know. Maybe Des will tell it better.
No, I'm saying,
niggas like.
no,
He says it's cute.
no, Sheva.
He says he's working on an album right now.
Yeah.
And on his album, he's featuring the greats. Do you want to tell us about that? He mentioned Dogg. He mentioned Bargimang.
Xzibit.
The game. He's working on an album and he's working with the game. He's working with Xzibit and he's working with
Hello, Sheva. Hello.
Coach ons me outi man. Bua na short man.
Sheva. Wabona, especially most South African.
Dogg.
Bruh.
Dogg.
The late Dogg.
Yeah.
Ne?
Yeah.
The late Dogg. I can actually play you the song.
No, we're gonna play it later.
I haven't written my side. Akire ile kichwa ko kai. Ne? Ile kichwa ko kai. I made my deals. Ne? I made my deals. I paid for all of these things. Ne?
Yeah.
Remember, I don't have a personal number. Nah. I've never worked for a white man. I've never had a job. I've tried to work.
No, Dogg Xzibit.
Sheba. Dogg is going to be on my shirt.
Okay.
I have his work. You can even play it right now.
We don't have to defend. Just tell us the story. You don't have to sound like you're defending.
No, I'm
anything.
not. I'm not trying to defend anything, my brother.
Oh, like you want to we buang ka teng le me ra stray. Ons gaan stray me bra. Ons praat.
Sheba. Kela gore I must mun praat met 2 voices because do you know why? Gona le di voice tse pedi.
It's a very interesting interview. Yeah, today.
I told you, Pepsin, with me, I don't do interviews in fit.
And I acting.
Because, do you know why I don't do interviews?
Yeah.
Because I'm not your normal thinking person. Naki wabona mo side niya Kukhanya.
Also just dear Magar.
Kifan Tirmakar.
So no return.
I'm not.
Reka Xzibit.
Fine.
Xzibit.
Xzibit is going to be on my new stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dogg.
Yeah.
Is going to be my new stuff.
Yeah.
Do you know Sibo?
No, how can we?
Sibo is the guy who raps actually on the song Ibizwang.
So he's also going to be on your album.
Yes, it's on Tupac's song. What is the song? Ain't Hard to Find.
Yeah.
He's the last rapper who raps there.
Okay.
Ne?
So who come about the diamond ba khale so bowling so fair?
Because Machita ba motlane. Khona the ego nyana as if okay for one. Dogg. He's my Sheba. I'm sure Lewena, you've got some kind of hero as an artist. There's somebody you look up to.
Yeah.
Ne?
So Dogg is the person that
Dogg is part of that school.
Okay.
It's part of that school. Ne? And I would have loved to work
guys,
with him.
this guy said his album, his upcoming album, he's going to have Dogg, he's going to have Xzibit, he's going to have The Game.
It's gonna be a hit. But then when are
These
you dropping?
These are big names. When is this dropping?
It would depend ukuthi nale wena re bua yang. Do you know what I want? Do you know what I would need? The only thing I need from you is sell me.
Yeah, how do I sell you when you have Nate Dogg, the late Nate Dogg, and the game?
No, the thing is, you know what?
How do I sell this guy?
Sharp. Very good question. Very good question.
This guy is like, he's already bigger than my company. He's bigger than me, like 100 times.
Listen.
I never thought like I would be speaking about the game and Nate Dogg. Nate Dogg.
Like a very, very good question.
Yeah.
And I think the industry needs to hear this.
Yeah, okay.
Just because...
I'm closing it after here.
Just because you have the best artist doesn't mean the record will sell. There's so many albums, even Sabu Snoop Dogg, even Dr. Dre. There's an album that failed, Yaga Dr. Dre, which is called Dr. Dre Presents the Aftermath.
Okay.
It failed dismally.
So
No, listen, let me answer you. Let me answer you. Nah. Why I said what I said. Just because you've got big names, it doesn't mean the thing will automatically be well received.
on press the red button. Tweet. That is the varied me.
see?
That is the varied. Like respect you. No, say me.
Now my point is this.
Vakapili. Your point ek verstanum. The queen here, obata go tswala. And I know naki batla go botsa potso e one. What happened to your podcast? Because I remember you had your own podcast and you ran it for about, for quite some time and for a very short time. What happened to it?
My podcast, my podcast was actually given birth by the Department of Arts and Culture, the National Department, Pretoria. Ne? Remember when COVID hit?
Yeah.
Ne? Department of Arts and Culture said, look guys, you need to do something, ne? As artists. And then I applied, and then I put a proposal. I submitted.
Do you still have the podcast?
I don't.
What happened to it?
No, it's still my podcast.
Yeah.
The thing is, it was given birth by the budget ya arts and culture.
Yeah.
So after when COVID passed,
Yeah.
when COVID passed, and then they took their budget. So I ran that podcast because of that. My podcast was part of those COVID okay, let people let people be kept busy.
Okay, so
Yes. So it was funded. So my point is, I stopped it because it's not funded. Look, I cannot run this thing with these guys. You see these guys, ne? They need to be paid.
yeah.
Ne? I would have loved to run it. Even now, I would have loved to run it. Ne? It was the shit. Look at these numbers. Go on YouTube now. Look at these numbers. Now my point is, I cannot. How do I pay these guys if Department of Arts and Culture is not paying me? Because I started the podcast because of the budget from Arts and Culture.
Okay, so
Not provincial Arts and Culture, national. More Pretoria.
did you talk to them now?
They gave me a budget to start the podcast.
Yeah.
So if I don't have the budget, how do I run this thing? How am I going to pay these guys? Are they supposed to come to me and say, "Mna, ba go kwala ko Facebook gore mna, Biggle what?" As if I can scale him. I'm a business person, man. I'm a genuine business person.
Me Auti, tell me.
Like
Perform you noch in
genius-
Kimberly? Perform you noch in Kimberly?
Huh?
Perform you noch in
I
Kimberly?
perform everywhere.
Do they
as
book
long
you?
as you pay me,
Yeah.
I'm doing the show.
How about the booking
It doesn't
going?
matter or I'm in Botswana or wherever. As long as you pay me, I'm doing the show.
Share about ntwe ke batlang go bua. Go na le no diamond endurance. E ditile ne. You were not on the
On the lineup.
on the lineup. And for me, as big as you are, as big as you say you are, go Kimban. How did they not book you? Like because I think as a veteran, hip hop, you would be the first person that they think of, to book, because on the lineup there were a lot of veterans come more lineup in a day.
Very good question, Sheba. First of all, my brother, I can correct that before I did not say I'm the biggest thing. At least I'm big as I think I am.
Yes.
That's what I said. I'm not the biggest thing in Northern Cape. I'm as big as I think I am.
Yeah.
Né?
I found you.
Secondly, they did not book me. I don't know, probably for various reasons. I don't have expectations. When you do an event, I don't expect you to book me.
You book whoever you want to book.
You. In fact, I also do events. One of the things probably you should have asked me, what do I do?
Can you put your phone on the chair? I can hear it in the mic.
Can you hold it for me? Number one, in fact, one of the things that I always wanted to do. Do you know how I survive in the music industry? It's because I'm not only a performer, I'm not only a songwriter, I don't work in the studio only.
You're a businessman.
I do events. I just did a huge event. Just did the hugest event, no more Kimberly. Before even Diamonds Endurance.
What is the event? Event.
South African Mall of South African Arts and Film. Funded by the National Film and Foundation, Joburg.
Oh, okay.
That's what I just did. You can actually just
say talks names, eh?
No?
It's funded. The guy is funded.
No, the thing is, you know what? Funders come in when you have the best thing on the table.
Okay.
Funders just don't come. So my point is this, my brother. Probably number one, go Kimberly, not even in Kimberly. In any business, when somebody is not okay with you, they will not book you.
Yeah.
You understand?
Sammy, your relationship with Proverb?
I don't know it because we've never had. Proverb. This is the Kimberly kid. He was already blowing up. I did not know him from any power soap. And then somebody said to me, do you remember those kids go CBC at Christian Brothers College? Do you remember 1995 when that kid was performing a song by Nas? Can you rule king? Can you what?
If I rule the world.
If I rule the world, ne?
Yes.
Somebody said to me later on, remember that kid who was singing if
on the
I
mic.
Ne?
Yes.
That was Proverb. I was like, hey, I remember. Okay, I remember that performance. I don't remember the face. Ne? Na Proverb, I knew him. I was already in Joburg. Lena was already in Joburg when he blew up. In fact, I went to his record label. He was signed at the time. His first album, he was signed to Zeno.
Yeah.
There's a guy called Zeno. More Melville.
Yeah.
Ne? When I went to Zeno was like, we just signed a Kimberly artist. This will look. I presented my at the time I was with the band. It was my group. Bolu Yanda and the whole nation. So I had an album already. And he was like, Yamna, Fetu, do you know what? We just signed a Kimberly artist. Do you know who is Proverb? I was like, hey, that's Zeno saying to me. Zeno Maria McCloud.
So now,
McCloud.
Proverb, I know where you go, Kimberly. You know, he's well respected. I'm respect. You know Proverb?
Yes.
Yeah, he's well respected, through his works and everything and, his success. What did you, as Biggle Dimera, are you receiving the same respect or the same love or, go Kimberly, like, are you, as a hip-hop cat, as a veteran, yeah.
Sheba, when look at me as Machita Baba, we created the foundation. I would never, ever compare the love that Proverb ever got and the love that I ever got. I would never. Because I was part of, it's like comparing Kimana topi wa
Okay.
ANC. Kimang ubaba Dube. Na? Ubaba Dube na. You cannot compare him with the Ramaphosa.
Okay.
You understand? Proverb came when the foundation was already laid. Nah, I'm so happy for him. I love Proverb. Whatever he's done, I love him. And everybody, what everybody's doing, I love them. But at least, I'm happy for the fact that
you are part of
I put the table on for them to dance on.
Okay.
You understand?
Okay.
Yes. You cannot compare. I cannot compare my successes le Proverb. I'm happy for him. In fact, he propelled.
Nice one.
Okay.
More than I could ever think. I mean, he's on radio.
So go Kimberly, mi bro. Go Kimberly. There are a lot of upcoming artists, right? Can you just tell me about 4? This kid is going, especially in your genre, like in your hip hop cycles.
Yeah, I think that would be very unfair because the only people I can think of is the people I've worked with.
Yeah, okay. No. Yeah, tell me, Kibumang, who are you working with, or who have you worked with? Go Kimberly.
Tim Cool.
Tim and Cool. K9.
I've worked with Dineo
Ramailan.
Yeah. Like she's
dope.
Like she's the shit.
I know.
She's just not that way. She's Dineone. She's the shit.
I know.
Given the right songwriters and the right producers, Dineo Ramailan is going to be on the same level as Thandiswa Mazwai.
No doubt. So are you saying she can't write for herself? Is that what you're saying?
No, I don't know who writes for her. I don't know even if she writes. I've never heard an original song by Dineo, by the way.
Oh, okay.
My point is, I'm talking about what she did for me.
Yeah.
I gave her my lyrics, said, this is what you're going to sing. She
killed it. She killed it.
Jonga
And then
Kuni.
Kamo, Kikai.
Kamo is dope. And it's very sad that they are no longer together, or I don't know. I don't know what's, do they have a beef or something, but...
Oh, they've got a beef.
I don't know. I'm saying, Kimberly. I did not say that. I'm saying these are two sisters, ne?
Yes.
These are two sisters who used to their voices complement each other.
Very, very.
Their voices are one.
I know them because I have been in their spaces.
And by the way, these are my crushes.
Okay, one last question for the show. Are you going to perform for us or also to be
yes.
for that?
Not a freestyle.
Listen,
I want to close the show.
Not what you asked me for.
Okay.
I wish you didn't have to close it. You know what? I wish you didn't have to close it.
But listen.
I'm closing.
Pepsin, please. I understand this is a show.
Yeah.
Pepsin, I know there's a lot you want to ask me.
Yeah.
I know.
Exactly.
I know. And
But
you take too long to answer one question and time is up now. You have to be sharp and short. On this amazing episode is your Limpopo Queen Desiree K. Hoshiradi. We are back again on the other side. This is my favorite side as always. It is pin located at Maximum Styles. We have had quite an interesting conversation with SA Hip Hop Award nominee, one of the Lifetime Achiever, a recipient, and an entrepreneur, Biggle Dimera. And he is here to show us what has gotten him all of these accomplishments. I cannot wait. The stage is all yours.
Biggle Dimera!
Yay! Biggle Dimera. Remedy for your soul.
Loaded.
Now this here, I dedicate this video yellow out. He said, who be like, I'm fit to. Why your phone la mediac? Intle o krea ka dinomoro tsa gage. Ebile o mo founela this time of the night. Well, I'm fit to, my advice is we will pay. Icheri yakho we will pay ngaphenyu. We will pay. Ifro yakho we will pay ngaphenyu. We will pay. Imedi yakho we will pay ngaphenyu. We will pay. Neside chick we will pay zophenyu. Whenever I spit facts, you'll label me bonkers. Maar now yazi media kuyalahla say dronkers. Even if it's sober, now we yasmus. Uhlale dlala ngayo, dayesa okus. I see you as Kaleni holding hands. Pull up at the car wash with her, J-Dang just the man. Maar die hoens het die large, you think they just friends. Gaan die ons klits ook, ons wacht net ons a chance. Yeah, that's me vrou nyala. Maar house is amale ene wadi kanda. Gautletse nga is my net was pana. Plus o tlolo regular say squad bochalwa. Plus your GTI, it's your vibe, ba tsenya spacing, baba mitabo I. So basically, ke wena moriki. Ons kom net en kom klits chor en keki. We will pay. Icheri yakho we will pay ngaphenyu. We will pay. Ifro yakho we will pay ngaphenyu. Imedi yakho we will pay ngaphenyu. We will pay. Neside chick we will pay zophenyu. At Diamonds and Jordan, she always got it on. I say me net I een cake here, then she gone. O tla e tshwara tlhogo booty, geen sticky booty. Ke lo rata net so, lo latla when you grooving. I'ma tell you what Dogg told me, boy, bugs die kinders. Hoe meer die klits, bana minder. Maar be careful van die case, there's a less skinner. Vang pos while way goya binne. Whilst when I posta die foto tsa ga pay o busy o inbox ana le my. Whilst when I bolela gore visa ba go dira swaka ba go botsa don't you trust my. So when nobody decided just to call my, asking me why do I have to call her so late. What did you expect? She's everybody's baby. On sa track, hey Joe says a lady. We will pay. Icheri yakho we will pay ngaphenyu. We will pay. Ifro yakho we will pay ngaphenyu. We will pay. Imedi yakho we will pay ngaphenyu. We will pay. Neside chick we will pay zophenyu. We will pay. Icheri yakho we will pay ngaphenyu. We will pay. Ifro yakho we will pay ngaphenyu. We will pay. Imedi yakho we will pay ngaphenyu. We will pay. Neside chick we will pay zophenyu.
Wow, awesome indeed. Well, what a catchy song. What can we say? He is indeed a superstar, as you've seen it for yourself. I am signing out as your Limpopo Queen, Desiree K. Khoshiradi.